everyone, so today I want to talk about 5-Year Engagement, which is a film that's currently in the cinema just now. And I will say right now, there was only one reason why I initially wanted to see this, and that's because of Jason Segel. I'm a huge fan of Jason Segel, I love him as Marshall Erickson, and I thought I absolutely have to see this. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it's not at all what I expected. From the posters that are going around, it looks like a very girly, typical rom-com, you know. In the whole 5-year engagement, it sounds like it's about a big wedding, and it sounds really girly. It's not really what I thought it was going to be about. To start off with, the girl has already got the guy, you know. Normally rom-coms, you know, chasing the perfect guy. Violet and Tom are engaged. But over the course of the film, they kind of start to plan their wedding and then something else gets in the way. And the first big issue is when Violet gets offered a place at university. And, you know, she really wants to go, so Tom is like, okay, we'll move, I'll give up my good job as a chef. I will make this sacrifice for you because I know you really want to go to university. And kind of after he does that, it starts to snowball and he has to start giving up more and more, and he realises he's in a position where it's kind of a role reversal of stereotypical gender types. You know, usually it's in society the man is considered to be the one who goes and, you know, earns a living, has the career, and the woman stays at home and cooks the food and looks after the kids. Being stereotypical, I'm not saying that's how it should be. And he finds himself in a role reversal where he's the one who's struggling with his career and his work. You know, he's given up this really good job as a chef, and then he's now working in a really rubbish place in comparison. And he's now sitting thinking, you know, it's going to get to the stage, but I'm going to become the stay-at-home father, and Violet's going to flourish and have this fantastic career. And he doesn't envy her of that. He thinks he's kind of sacrificed a bit too much, and it starts to go really downhill. And it gets a little bit weird halfway through. Now, the film is 2 hours and 5 minutes in length, so about an hour through, usually when most films are starting to conclude, it takes a little bit of a weird turn. Tom starts to act quite peculiar. I guess normal under the circumstances, but quite peculiar out with society's terms of the norm. So it's very odd, but it's very good. And also, before I get in with one thing about part of the casting, nobody else think he looked like Chandler Bing when he had on the bunny costume. Tom wears this pink bunny costume, and obviously Jason Segel is very tall. And obviously, if you're a Friends fan, you'll be aware of the episodes where Chandler wears this pink bunny costume, which Monica bought him. Nobody else think when he wore the bunny costume it was just like a flashback of Chandler Bing. Every time he put it on, I thought it was very weird. And if you haven't got any idea of how crazy the film is, he wears a pink bunny costume. You know, it takes a very odd turn, but it works really, really well. You know, you're watching it thinking, this is crazy, but you're not. Well, I wasn't thinking, this is so crazy, it's unbelievable. It is believable, it's just so odd, which is part of the beauty. One thing which was uncomfortable for me to watch was the accents. Violet is English, so Emily Blunt speaks with an English accent, which is fine. But Alison Brie is in this, she plays Suzie. Now, because I've spent the last kind of 3 weeks watching Community on a daily basis, I'm very much used to Alison Brie as Annie Edison, obviously with her normal accent. She's American. So to have Suzie in this speaking with an English accent is really odd. I mean, it's a good English accent. It's a generic English accent, you know, the posh kind of normal English accent that Americans can tend to put on. But because I'm so used to Alison Brie as Annie, it's kind of uncomfortable to watch. But I didn't find that to be a problem with Emily Blunt because I'm not overly familiar with too much of her work. But it's not an issue, you know, I got over it, but it was the fact that Alison Brie is in it is brilliant in itself, so I can't really complain there. You know, the casting is brilliant. I didn't actually know she was in it until I started watching it, which was a very nice surprise. Had somebody said, "Oh, have you seen Alison Brie's new film?" I would have gone and watched it, but Jason Segel was enough of an attraction for me. I think the plot is brilliant. The fact that it does play on the whole gender role reversal is great, and it also does play on the fact that, you know, a lot of people have to make sacrifices for other people, both because of relationships and friendships and things like that. We all do have to make sacrifices, and it's kind of it explores just how big of a sacrifice are we prepared to make for somebody else. Honestly, it was also quite uncomfortable to watch because I found a lot of myself in Violet. I am very much career first, relationship second, and to be perfectly honest, I don't want to say this because it's not a position obviously I've never been in this, But you know, if I was married for 10 years and then somebody said, right, we're going to offer you the job of your dreams, but you need to move far away, and my husband didn't want to move, I would probably move. And now, maybe if I was in that position, I wouldn't. I don't know. I've never been in that position. I've not been married for 10 years. I've never been married, obviously. But if somebody said to me, based on your personality now, would you? Yeah, I would. So it's kind of hit home a few things as well, but I'm not going to change. But never mind. Let me know your thoughts on this. It is really good. I'm not going to go buy the DVD when it's released because I wouldn't really watch it again as a sit-down film. Maybe if it was on in the background, I'd happily put it on. But it wasn't a case of my eyes are glued to the screen. I just think the plot is brilliant, the script is great, the development of the plot is fantastic, the casting is brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and it really made up for the fact that I had to watch Ted, which was just appalling, and I have reviewed that if you want to know my thoughts. But well, it wasn't appalling, it was good, but for me it wasn't. But never mind, watch my review if you want to know more. Let me know your thoughts on 5 Year Engagement, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!